Hey everybody. Hi. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Good. That's better. My name's Elizabeth. Most of you know. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Okay, I'm going to do the Hey You. Yeah. And this week I'm going to talk about worshiping through music and what it means to me. That's what it is. Okay, here when we say, it's like time to worship, it means, or you see like the band come up and they get ready and the singers sing and they play the instruments and they lead us in worship and play songs. But they're not just playing for us. They're playing for God. They're not just putting on a concert to show us what they can do or play or sing or whatever. They're playing for God as an act of worship. And music is like a great way to praise God. Because there's angels in heaven that all that they do all day is sing praises to God and just glorify His name. And it doesn't matter what you guys sound like, because I sound like a dying cat when I sing, but still I sing. And I'm not afraid to just show God how much I love Him through how I sing. And you guys shouldn't be scared either, because no one's going to judge you for how you sound. And worship is alone time for you and God. Despite the 40 other people in this room, it's you and God, not you and the person next to you. It doesn't matter what they think. And the Bible talks about singing to God all the time. Paul and Silas were in jail and still they were singing to God. They were in jail, but still they praised God and they prayed for all the other people to hear them. And then the book of Psalms even, it's just a book of songs. It's 150 songs. That's pretty cool. And even Jesus says himself in Hebrews 2:12, I will declare your name to my brothers. In the presence of the congregation, I will sing your praises. So don't be afraid. Now, what does worship mean to me? Worship is a time where I lay down everything in front of God. He wipes away my sins and He makes me new again. It's a time for me to express to God how much I need Him, and a time for me to draw closer to Him, and a time for me to tell Him how much I love Him. I take worship seriously, and I feel His presence like He's right next to me, just, right next to me. And I enjoy worshiping through singing because I love to sing despite the fact that I sound like a dying animal. I still love it, and I think it's awesome that I get to just express how much I adore God by using my voice, because people are mute and some of them can't talk. So I think it's awesome that I have that ability and I don't take it for granted. And so the other day, my brother and I were talking, Justin. My brother and I were talking, and he asked me 2 questions. Well, he asked me one and I asked him the other, and then we both swapped answers. But he asked me, he goes, so what do you think about when you're worshiping, or when you're worshiping? Well, I asked him first, I go, so what's your answer? And he tells me, he goes, I think of me being in God's throne room, and that God's up there and it's just me and Him and no one else is around. And so I thought that was pretty awesome, because it's just like Him showing God and praising God, just showing Him who He is through His song and being there with Him, so God's there to see. And God takes delight in our worship. That's what we're here for. Anyways, my answer was, when I'm worshiping and praising God, I think of me being there watching Jesus on the cross at Calvary, and I get pretty emotional when I'm worshiping because of that reason. Because, it's pretty deep and have any of you seen The Passion of the Christ? That just gave me a visual of what it really was. So that just made it even worse, because now I'm like, oh God, now I know what it looks like. And then you can hear His pain and when He's crying out. Anyways, and then my brother asked me, he goes, so what does it mean to you when you raise your hands when you're worshiping? And I told him that for me it's like I'm reaching out to God to saying that I need you, you're the one, I need you in my life, because without you I'm nothing. And then Justin, I asked him the same thing, he goes, well, when I raise my hands, it's like I'm saying, I'm yours, God. Take me, make me new, and just make me into who you want me to be. I'm the clay, mold me into who you want me to be. And so this just shows, this conversation between me and my brother, it just shows that worship's different for everyone. That we all experience God differently. So give God your all and experience him for yourself.